Okay, so what is good, everyone? Welcome back. I'm NLG, and go like the video, man. Just do it. But yeah, today we're going to analyze OS 3 Drake, or Obsidian Sanctum 25-man 3 Drake. Reason being, this fight's actually got some mechanics to it, so it's a little more exciting. Also, there was a recent change that they're going to nerf the zergstrat, which I think is a good change. When it comes to this fight, if you just zerg it, that shit's boring. But for this fight specifically, it's going to be a lot like private servers, where I assume they're going to buff it a little bit, which is what private servers did. And then, you know, on private servers, they basically make it so that the boss enrages. If the boss hits a certain health percentage and none of the drakes have died, so it's unkillable with the zerg strat. So overall, good change. But yeah, let's get into how to play this as Affliction. Going over my UI a little bit, I'm gonna have target percentage here. These are all my spells. This is my my trinkets, my tailoring cloak, and then a bunch of UI crap that you don't really need to know. As always, check the description for weak ores, add-ons, keybinds, all that stuff. I have a separate video on it as well. But yeah, let's get into it. Actually, so before I start, so when it comes to parsing, the number one thing that you're wanting to do, you're not looking to be the most helpful raid member. I'll say it that way. You're looking to basically snipe any AoE that you possibly can. So that's kind of my mentality when I'm trying to parse number one. And if you want to parse number one, that's what you got to do. So yeah, that's let's get started. Another thing I noticed before recording this is I actually messed up a lot. I mean, I got the rank 1 parse, but you know, there's actually a ton of shit that I could do better. So I guess this will make the video a little better. But right here, I have my tier 7 4-piece going. Before we pull, I would redo. There we go. So I would have my tier 7 4-piece going from life tap. I would have my my trinket and my tailoring cloak on cooldown from my weapons, from my item swapping macro, and then I would have my Alu at 10 stacks. Let's skip. Okay, so we're about to pull. So ideally here, you can actually hold this corruption for a while. I would set Sarth to my focus, and then I would use my rank 1 Shadow Bolt macro, rank 1 Shadow Bolt on my focus target macro, which is also in that other video I'm referring to. And then I would maintain this empowered corruption for at least a minute and a half into the fight. But yeah, I swapped my items again. Didn't do the I didn't do my pre-casted Shadow Bolt, so now I don't have crit. I also didn't even pre-pot, so that's a fucking monkey move. Here are all of the debuffs on the boss as well. If you notice that we don't have spell hit, so my UA actually missed. But yeah, just start pumping the boss a little bit, get a little pad damage up. There's literally nothing else to do. If you guys end up pushing the boss, then just say it was someone else's fault. Could I have done this any better? Yeah, so Tenebron arrives. Maybe you wouldn't item swap if you're really trying to just parse rank 1, because then it kind of doesn't matter. Your stuff's going to be proccing all the time. You're not trying to do the actual mechanics. It depends how hard the fight is too, I guess. But yeah, first Drake's about to arrive in 5 seconds. I put my Doom up. I have this set to focus, but I wasn't keeping this corruption up through bolts. One thing here, you need to know where your tank's gonna go. So luckily I at least get all my dots up, because I still have the Haunt and the UA rolling on Sarth, but I should have gone with my tank, obviously, so I could just keep turreting. There's also only 2 types of waves, so you either move what is this, north, or you just stay in the middle here. So I also set up my demonic portal here in the middle. For my PIs, I literally just told this priest just to PI me off cooldown, but if I was actually trying to parse on classic, I would ask for the PI whenever the ads spawn, and the ads spawn after the second wave. So I wouldn't want PI this early. I wouldn't want to use my cooldowns this early, especially not Blood Fury. And then you can also get multiple flame caps off depending on how quick the fight is. Flame caps every 3 minutes, but you're gonna want it when you infernal at the very end. So yeah, I'm just telling the boss I should have a focus UA, and then I should be focus rank 1 shadow bolting at Sarth, just because it's much faster and I can just keep that big corruption up. So yeah, one thing there, anytime you gotta move, so I use my trance there, but the way that Warmane works is if I was still standing right in this spot, I would get fucked, and I don't want to clip my agony, so I go for the Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame versus bosses actually has a pretty massive range, so this Shadow Flame actually hit. Then I put up, we're actually about to hit execute on this little mob, so I just say fuck agony and just go for the drain. Again, my corruption falls off. Right here, this is where the biggest misplay is, because the ads are about to spawn. This is the second firewall. 100% of the time, the tank is going to go to this side. So you should always go to this side, and then the ads are all going to spawn right here. So the ads spawn. I should have gotten at least like 6 fucking seeds off. Instead, I'm moving around like a monkey. I should have had PI. I should have got my Serenite bomb off here. These whelps actually have a lot, or not a lot, but actually have like no health. So I knew I wasn't even going to get a seed off, so I tried Rain of Firing, and then he moved all the ads out of my Rain of Fire. Yeah, not ideal. I at least threw the bomb, I guess, and then I also, again, lost my corruption. So this Doom's about to go off. You're actually not going to use Doom for a second time because the boss is going to go immune for a second. As you can see, there's still a lot of ads up. I would see this target because it's going to hit the boss, as well as it's probably going to hit this target too. But yeah, I would see this target. It might hit this one. This one's about to die though, so you don't want to see multiple times. But yeah, I should definitely have corruption up here on the boss at least. So we lusted on the second one. I don't think you're gonna lust on the second one on classic. I don't think that it's that difficult of a fight. Firewall's behind me, so I know I have to move this way without even looking at it. And then this is that immunity that the boss gains. He gets rid of all of your damage. So even if my Doom were to go off here, it would just say immune. But yeah, we're just turreting the boss. We actually don't have spell haste totem, so that's another thing you gotta watch for. Make sure your shaman are fucking awake. But these drakes don't have a lot of health, so you're really just kind of putting up like one set of dots, and then you're gonna drain and make sure that you don't miss any ticks on drain. Even though I lose haunt here, the boss is at 3%. So finally put up my corruption on things again. Third drake's here. The way the fight works is that on the third drake, you're gonna have to go into the portal, and you're gonna have to kill one of the ads. So you don't want to go ham right here. If your Blood Fury were up again, basically. So I actually have my yeah, I was just about to say I had my focus on the wrong target here too. But yeah, I should definitely have focus UA'd and then doomed right here, right as this third drake came down and he was done being immune. So we go into the portal here. I should have done a rank 1 focus shadow bolt on Sarth, and I'm pointing at stuff with my cursor if you guys aren't aware. Just to refresh corruption before I go in. I go in here. Okay, so these are the 2 ads that are up. We kill this one. I should have corruption on the left one earlier. I put it up there, but it was a little late. And then if you saw that indicator, it just said firewall. So there's a firewall that's coming on the outside, and that means that we're going to all collectively just sit in here, because if you go outside of this portal, you're going to get ported up into a firewall and just die. So what I opt to do here is just pad on this thing. I almost die for it because this thing will fucking one-shot you. But yeah, he clones my dots like a rat, and then we go back to this Drake. We actually had spell crit up still somehow, but we don't have spell haste up. So it does clear your focus, so you're going to refocus the boss. Again, I recommend having a focus target keybind, so you're not like left clicking the boss and then right clicking and then set focus or whatever. Okay, so we killed this last ad. Firewall's coming, so I had to move, so I can't drain yet. Another thing throughout this fight is you're going to have to pet micro a lot because, well, maybe not in Classic, but on private servers, your Fell Hunter is going to die to the firewall, and it's actually really annoying. Like, if you have to recast a Fell Hunter, it's massive damage loss. At this point, I should have canceled the drain and gotten a seed off on this target, because it probably would have hit all 5 targets, and that's definitely more than a drain tick. Again, at least have corruption on the boss. Ideally here is when you get your tricks. So you would get your tricks on the pull, and then you would also get your tricks right now, because this tricks is going to last the whole fight. And Sarth has a shit ton of health. I also put up corruption before spell crit went off. Okay, 3 targets. Yeah, this is a good seed. You only get 1 off though, because nothing has any health. Again, you need to make sure that your demonic portal is still up. And then I have to pet micro back my Fell Hunter and then move him back in every single wall. But yeah, this guy has a shit ton of health, so this might take a while. I flame capped here. I should not have flame capped. You should definitely just flame cap with your Infernal in the execute. One thing also about your Infernal is that your Infernal has a lot of fire resist. So your Infernal is actually not going to die to the firewall, but your Fell Hunter will. But it still only lasts a minute, so you can't use it that like super early or whatever. And you don't want your Fell Hunter dying still. I see that my PI is about to be up pretty soon. I have to move, so I life tap, get my 4-piece up too. Get a Shadow Trance during movement. That's pretty good. And then a lot of people, they like move back at this point. Like they're anticipating the wall or something like that. Oh, my rogues are dead. That's why. Okay. Fucking monkeys. But yeah, just stay here. Just stay here and cast. You don't need to fucking move after a firewall. There's no reason to move. PI is about to come up. Hopefully I life tap before the PI again. Doesn't look like I will. That's generally what I try and do, is align all my 4-piece with all my other shit that I'm gonna get, because I also had gloves there. These little ads, I wouldn't corruption them. I do in the video, but I literally only get a tick. Yeah, I actually got 2 ticks there. It might be worth it on Classic, but anytime there's 3, I would just seed, especially if you you have to make sure that you have all your dots on the boss, but I would just seed anytime there's 3. But you don't want to lose a corruption or a haunt rather on the boss. Okay, so I'm just pumping. This dude's whispering me. There might also be an argument for agony during movement, like just saving your agony for movement, because there's a ton of movement on this fight. Boss is at 46. There's plenty of ads. I should be seeding this. Doesn't look like I did. Looks like I was slow. Not too big of a deal. Looks like I'll have PI for execute. 35's coming up, and I do have a rogue up, but Oh, he actually tricks me. Okay. Let's see if I... Oh, I canceled the Shadow Bolt just to get this. So I actually managed to get this Death's Embrace Tricks Corruption sub 35. So this is actually really good. Okay. So we're coming up on Execute. I should Infernal at this point. I should have Infernaled probably at 35. But again, without a kill time tracker, I would just get a kill time tracker. But without a kill time tracker, I would just fucking... you're just griefing it too. Okay, so we're coming up on Execute. PI is up in 3, so it's perfect. Should get my PI here and my tailoring procced. PI is late. Okay, not a big deal. Yeah, I definitely should have Infernal by now. Okay, there it is. Dying Curse didn't proc. Kind of unlucky. Okay. So yeah, you're maintaining all your dots still. Sarth has a ton of health. And you also notice that I take a lot of pushback here. This is one of those fights where I would actually spec into pushback reduction. I wouldn't spec into amplify curse or improve life tap. I would just take pushback reduction. And I'll probably put that build in the description. Okay, so I'm just draining here. Maybe I get another Tricks and Execute. That UA might not have been worth it. Gloves came off cooldown. Oh, my fucking... my portal. My portal went away. Okay. So yeah, if your portal goes away, hopefully you got rocket boots. Yeah, this is the last couple percent. It looks like this UA was not worth it. Good thing I did an Agony again. This Infernal turned out to be 20 seconds early. So yeah, 35% would be a little better or something like that. But yeah, this was still a rank 1 parse, so fuck it, right? But as you can see, tons of work that could have been done. There's also all the other little stuff like managing your mana hymns from your priest. Maybe ask for an innervate or two. Let's see if I had focus magic. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a fast fight, but and there's a shit ton of stuff going on. But again, main point is prioritizing your cooldowns and stuff around when the ads spawn and making sure you snipe as many seeds on those as you possibly can. That'll give you more damage than anything. Yeah, cool. That's a fun fight. It'll be fun for Classic. But yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, sub if you liked it. But yeah, catch y'all later.